Welcome to Let's Talk Sister to Sister. We are your hosts, Carlonda,
Nikki.
and we are a new podcast. And we're here here having safe and honest conversations around foster care, trauma, and overcoming adversity. So I want us to begin with our why, as far as why we're starting this channel. Nikki, why don't you go ahead and share your why as to why we decided to do this?
Okay, so my why is simple. I just want to get my story out there. I think that when we talk about foster care, that is just such an open conversation, like a big conversation
Hmm.
that can go different ways. And I feel like it's not talked about enough. I feel like we both have unique stories, and I would love to have a safe place to share that story
Hmm.
with others. Um, it's a lot that, like I said, that's not talked about. And most importantly, it's like, we don't really have, like, we see the kids on the news, we hear about how many children are in foster care and things of that sort. But what about what happens after they age out of foster care? If they get adopted, what happens to the ones that don't get adopted? You know, and just maneuvering through life, what tools are we giving as children to be successful in life, coming from the foster care system? So I can go on and on about my why, but we're not gonna take up any more time. What's your why, Melinda?
Well, I will have to agree with you. This is a topic that is not talked about enough. There needs to be more awareness. Um, I feel like the foster care system is like an unspoken secret in our society. Um, we're talking about kids who are just, they're not pushed away into the corners of the earth. They really are in your neighborhoods. They live in your neighborhoods. They go to the same schools as your kids. They are friends with your kids at school. So there definitely, I feel like, should be more awareness. And I know this for a fact because I was one of those kids. So I was one of those kids that went to the same schools, lived in the same neighborhoods. I just feel like there needs to be more awareness, and I feel like you and I both have really powerful stories to help bring awareness to this issue.
Okay, that's, yeah. I mean, just to um, bring something up to a point that you said about living in the same neighborhoods as, our children's friends that go to the same school
Yes,
or the same neighborhood park,
yes,
and it's like I feel like there is a stigma placed on foster care kids, like, oh, like they're less than, and like maybe they don't come from a good home, or their house is but I mean, they live in, like you said, nice neighborhoods as well,
yes,
And so I think that that is something that I wish that we can get away from, is not put this huge stigma on less fortunate kids with less fortunate situations. They didn't ask for this. That's just where,
absolutely not.
just where they ended up. And so, to be judged before even getting to know my name,
Hmm.
I think is absurd.
And I think part of that stigma comes because you may hear about some of the troubles that these kids have, especially as they become older, teenagers, even post foster care. I think that's where some of that stigma comes, but people don't know their backstories. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
this is going to be a great space to bring up those types of conversations. What were they going through before they got to the point where they were a troubled youth? And I know for myself, I've been there as well.
Right. And I think this is a great platform for the both of us
Mm-hmm.
because our stories are very different. Um, we entered in foster care at the same time as young children. I mean, you were a child, like a toddler, and
Yes.
I was an infant.
Yes.
So, we entered at the same place at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
However, we both have had different paths to
Mm-hmm.
get to where we are now. And I think, hold on, now correct me if I'm wrong, but I get all the time. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, you don't look like what you've been through.
Yes.
When I share like just
Mm-hmm.
little snippets of what I've been through, they're
Mm-hmm.
like, What? Because we present ourselves
Mm.
so put together.
Yes.
We have jobs, we have families, we're very successful, we're
Mhm.
intelligent.
Mhm.
And when you read about us, or if you care to know anything about us and you hear about what we've been through, and it's like you would think that we, you know, we wouldn't be as successful as we are.
And you're right. We did enter foster care in the same way, but our journeys through the system were completely different.
Hmm.
And yet we both still came out what would be considered successful. And unfortunately, that's not the story for most of the kids who go into foster care. The success rates for youth coming out of foster care is very low. And I'm hoping that this platform will help inspire change in that area.
Oh yes, absolutely. I think I was speaking with someone the other day, and she brought out to me that just the graduation rate from college is very low for previous foster care children, or children that has experienced any type of foster care capacity. And that just blew my mind, because for me that was no question. It was like, I'm going to school, I'm finishing school. This is something that
Hmm.
I wanted for myself,
Right.
and so, but that just, I mean, that just really shocked me when she told me that. I was like, oh my gosh,
Well, your
seriously.
friend is correct. So I just to put that in perspective, I did age out of foster care. I did get the same benefit that all kids coming out of foster care get, which is tuition free college education. We're able to go to any public university or college in the state at no cost to us. Okay, we're also eligible for the full Pell Grant. So we get all the benefits to go at no cost without even having to take out a student loan.
Mm,
But you may wonder, why is it that such a large number of these youth are not taking
yes,
advantage of this?
yes,
And the statistics last time I looked, it's a roughly about 3 to 5% who actually get a bachelor's degree. So I fall in that 3 to 5%, and it's about 1% that get a master's degree, and I fall into that 1% as well. But again, going back to that why, I want to see more of us win. I want to see
yeah.
more of us be successful. Those numbers should not be that low when you think about that type of benefit.
Yes, yes. And I think, especially in today's climate, like today's society, like the things that we go through now, I think, as immediately, if we see a troubled teen on the news, or a troubled youth on the
Hmm.
news, it's like we immediately go to, well, how is their upbringing? Like, that's the first thing that they dig for, well, how is their upbringing? What kind of home did they come from? And da
Hmm.
da da da, this and that. And it's just like, why does why does that even matter?
Hmm.
But, what if they come from a two-parent home?
Hmm.
Both parents are successful in their careers, you know, wealthy,
Hmm.
but they're out committing the same crimes as someone who has the same backstory as you and myself.
Right.
But they don't get the attention
Hmm.
that we get. They kind of get swept under the rug,
Hmm.
like, oh, and they just make excuses. But we don't get any excuses. We don't get a pass. We don't, So I just think that, I mean, there's just so much, guys, that this podcast, I think, is going to discuss and talk about, and just to have that safe place to talk about. I mean, we have a lot of topics that we
Yes.
want to discuss with you guys, and just take you through our journey of our life. I mean, Carlonda aged out of foster care. I was able to get out of foster care, but my journey, even out of foster care, wasn't the best. But that's something that I haven't shared up until now. And I'm
Hmm.
very excited to
Yes.
do so, because, again, it just goes back to, what people see on the outside and what they think. Um, is going on, and it's like it's something totally different. You have no idea, you know.
So, yes, please tune in to the Let's Talk Sister to Sister podcast as we dive deeper into these topics. We plan on exposing the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to the foster care system. And we want to inspire hope and change for those youth that are coming after us out of the foster care, the ones who are still in foster care, and for those who may want to get involved in this cause.
Yeah. And speaking of getting involved in this cause, like, I mean, just a little bit more background for both of us. I mean, we, because of our background, correct me if I'm wrong, but because of what we've been through, is why we are in the professions that we're in today.
Yeah, so we won't be just speaking from our personal experiences. Yes, that'll be a large part of it, but also professional. So Nikki, I mean, you're currently still in the social work field, and I have a
Hmm.
background in the social work field as well. But I still work alongside nonprofits and assist with fundraising as they try to assist these youth that are coming out of foster care. And then also, I'm a teacher as well. So we're both, in a sense, on the front lines when it comes to
Absolutely.
this demographic.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's just something that came natural to us.
Yes.
You know, we just have that helping personality. Like we always want to give, give, give.
Hmm.
You know, not really paying attention to, you know, what are not that we want anything in return, because we're not looking for anything in return, but it's just like, okay, well, who's going to, you know, pour into us, because we're
Hmm.
pouring out into so many people. We want to help so many people,
Hmm.
you know, and but it's just so rewarding to us,
Yes.
you know, and we just love it. So we're so excited to have you guys follow us on this journey. Like Carlinda said, you know, we're going to be talking personal. We're going to be talking business. We are hoping to have guests on here from different walks of life as well, different careers, previous and current foster care providers, case workers, and just different individuals who work with the foster care system. So we are so excited
Yes.
to take along this journey with
Hmm.
you guys, and we cannot wait to see how many doors open along the way, and to have you guys right there with us.
Yes, so please join us in this conversation. Follow us. Let's Talk Sister to Sister. You can follow us on all the social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And look out for new episodes of our podcast to drop weekly.
Yes, and they will drop every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time. So you guys, we look forward to working with you guys, working alongside of you guys. Please feel free to reach out with any comments along the way, questions, because I do think that we plan on, you know, on some episodes just having a question and answer time, and just, you know, just talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. We want your feedback.
Yes.
But guys, we are so excited to bring this podcast to you guys, and we look forward to working with you.
Yes. So tune in for more Let's Talk Sister to Sister.
Bye, guys.
Until next time.